Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, but all the drama has led up to this point, the beginning of this 12-team playoff in front of a home crowd and a raucous environment. And our matchup tonight sets up a potential Cinderella story, the last team to qualify for this 12-team playoff on the road against a team that likely believes it should be resting and watching this first-round game on TV. This is a dangerous spot for the home team and a chance for the underdog to spring an upset and move on to the quarterfinals. As we'll see the number 12 seed in this playoff, the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, taking on the number 5 seed in the playoff, the San Diego State Aztecs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And the playoff is here. We've got a tremendous on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this one started. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? On the ground, it's Cortez. Breaking free at the 35.
Boy, after all the buildup and all the hype of the playoff game, you love to see the offensive line take control here on this first play. Just establish an identity. Let this defense know who they're facing.
That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And here's the handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Same tailback, another carry. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
Well, the scouting report on this running back was that he is an elite ball carrier, and he is proving to be that here early in this game. These first few carries, not only the strength, but the quickness and acceleration to get upfield and get positive yards on display.
Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Empty set now, 5 wide. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Defense is coming after him. And he's taken down behind the line. He's going to lose a yard or 2.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with a first sack of the game.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Makes a quick grab. And the defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's 4th down.
On 3rd downs like this, you can only allow completions in front of you as long as you can protect the sticks. And that's what the defense did here. They knew where the sticks were, and they were able to make the tackle short of the line.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And they can't complete it. It's a turnover on downs. Defense stepping up there.
Interesting call here early, showing that they're coming in with an aggressive mindset, but they come up short of the first down.
First down here for this offense. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the back.
Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Can he take it all the way? Not just the pick, but a big return sets up the offense in good position.
Sometimes that primetime game, the whole nation is watching, brings out some extra energy, some nerves. Maybe the quarterback is feeling that a little bit. I did not expect him to throw a pick, especially on the opening drive.
The Aztecs offense back on the field now. Defense got a big 4th down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens here.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
And he dumps it off to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets him a few yards closer to the marker.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Got a lane. Can he get in? Tackled down at the 3-yard line after an excellent run.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
He'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aztecs. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. The Rainbows offense back on the field now. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
You know, they don't pick up the first down here, but they do get some positive yards, and I really like the route to get enough separation to give the quarterback enough room to put it in there.
And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Back in motion now. And looking to throw now on first down. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but you have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
Offense moving to a bunch formation. He hands it off from the gun. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Try and muscle for the first down. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Running out of time in the pocket. He's got it. Enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score. San Diego State 7, Hawaii 0.
So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. He's got it near the end zone. Receiver steps out just short of the goal line.
That's a good job by this defense of understanding where they are on the field. They obviously don't want to allow this offense to get into the end zone. They rallied the football on that pass and able to keep him short of the goal line.
Offense facing second and goal. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hawaii.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
No problem with the PAT right down the middle. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's who the offense will take over. The San Diego State offense on the field now. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Looking for a deep completion. It's caught on the left side for a huge gain. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Well, this is what's so dangerous about this offense, Chris. They have the ability to put the ball in the air downfield and really stretch those safeties back. This time they hit it for a big gain.
Fresh set of downs for the offense after that first down completion. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him to the whistle.
Quarterback's got it on the option. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Aiming for the end zone. He's into the end zone, but there is a marker on the play. Let's check that out. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Into the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State. So they find the reliable tight end. He makes the defense pay that time.
You know, the receivers a lot of times get most of the attention, but don't forget about how potent a tight end can be. When you've got a player like this who can run routes and a serious weapon that they can utilize, and they just did right there.
And here's the fair catch by the return man. Here comes the Hawaii offense back out there. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Caught quickly. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
That completion makes it second and medium. And he drops back in the gun. Quick throw, testing the middle. Looks downfield and connects with a wide-open wide receiver. Tackle is finally made, but the offense will set up now at the 44.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. He lets it go on the move. Catch is made. Room to run here. Tackle made after a big gain.
So often we get caught up in the quarterback and the wide receivers and the skill in this game. This is another example of a nice job by the offensive line, giving the quarterback ample amount of time to be able to evaluate the defense and make a good throw. Good job up front by the big guys.
Snapping it from the red zone now. Looking to throw. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field to 5 wide. Back to throw again. Receiver makes the catch.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Crucial. 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will have to settle for 3? On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal.
Good job here by this offense coming up with this 1st down on the 3rd down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game.
And a sophomore making an impact play.
Usually you like to run the football this close to the goal line, but if you're going to throw it, I'd get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker so you don't have a risk of taking a sack.
So the ball moved back to the 12 for 2nd and goal. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Launching one to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. Kicking team on now for the extra point. And it's up and good.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 14.
Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the San Diego State offense back out there. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Snags a quick throw. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. They'll crank the tempo here for this next play. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a designed run. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a 1st down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
He's moving out of the pocket now. He's going to take off. Gets loose, able to scramble for a solid gain. They'll crank up the tempo here on 2nd down. The time is running out. Going to run it. It's Cortez. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
The Aztecs getting set on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early down to stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
They'll try to run for the first down. And the Aztecs are moving quickly down the field.
Well, sometimes it's just a backyard brawl, right? I mean, it's third down and short. You trust your back and the line to be able to pick up the first down. And he literally pushes with everything he has, throwing a haymaker there at the finish of that play to pick up the first down.
Looking to pass this time. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring him down after a short gain there. The Aztecs will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. We're going to pass here on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. And they get him down, but that's a solid gain there to move the sticks using his feet. And the offense spends their final timeout of the half here to talk strategy.
I really like this call by this offense on second and short. Looking to maybe take a shot downfield. Nobody is open, so instead, he's able to just tuck it, run, and pick up a nice first down.
Defense cannot get this offense to fourth down. Offense continues the long drive. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
A loss of 4 yards on the play. Second down coming up.
One more play before they head to the locker room. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Aztecs will kick it away to get us going in the second half. This one will be fair caught. And the Hawaii offense comes back out on the field now. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Quick completion to the tight end. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. It's a big pickup after the catch, more importantly, holds on to the ball despite taking a huge hit.
Yeah, Chris, that's the thing that really stood out to me. I didn't think he was going to be able to hold on to that ball because of that big hit, but he does. He doesn't get the first down, but he gets big positive yards, and more importantly, I think he gains more confidence in that quarterback to throw him the ball again.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The drive stays alive with that completion for a first down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. He fires it. Finds the receiver wide open. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
That's one way to be able to move the football up the field in a hurry. These are the types of plays that can really galvanize an offense.
The offense really clicking here. Looking to throw it again. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, I love to see this quarterback sit in there and take the hit. But, man, he's got to do a better job of recognizing where to go with the ball and just throw it away. You can't throw it into double coverage.
So, second down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Receiver makes the grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. He stopped, but he gets a first down.
Boy, nice pickup there, Chris. We'll have to see if this defense stays in man coverage after giving up another big play.
And the Rainbow Warriors have 1st and 10 here. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Pass is caught. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. And he'll set up to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
He gets away with one here. He threw that ball into double coverage. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of pressure. He does a nice job of hanging in there. But, man, he got to be careful where you're throwing this football.
On third down, he drops to throw. Trying to extend the play. Back to the end zone, ruled out of bounds and incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Gotta be.
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Hawaii 21, San Diego State 14.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
San Diego State Aztecs will take over 1st and 10.
The Aztecs offense back on the field now. On the handout, they'll test the right side here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looking right, this one caught. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays. But the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Trying to create here on the move. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. That's a short return, but the pick wipes out a scoring threat and sets up the offense at the 33. The Rainbows offense back on the field now. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? First down. Looking to throw the football. It's an out route. The catch made. Tackle made at the 21, but this offense is in great position to add more points.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. It's a quick grab. Finally get him way down at the 2. Nice pitch and catch. They bring him down, but the freshman quarterback showing off the arm strength.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback could put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Ball back at the 6 for a 2nd and goal off that loss. From the shotgun, drops back. Looking for 6. Intercepted in the end zone. Past the 50. At the 30. Past the 20. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Aztecs. How about that, Kurt? A defensive touchdown to tie this football game.
Well, you only get a handful of those in an entire season. To be able to come up with that in this game, to tie the game, is just big time by this defense, and it gets them right back where they need to be.
Returner decides to fair catch this. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Handoff from the shotgun. Great cut there. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter.
After 3, the game is tied.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Try to make it with a quarterback sneak.
Pickup of 6. Good enough for a first down.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Makes a quick catch.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving his defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
The Rainbow Warriors are on the move here. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
This guy's been such a big factor in this game. Already a couple touchdowns. Now they need the first down. They dial him up again, and he delivers.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. He's running out of time here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Brought down at the 14-yard line. Brings up second down.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Looking to throw again. The quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal.
The tight end drag route is the perfect option for an offense looking to scheme that position open for some yardage. Perfect execution here for a first down.
They've got a first and goal. The offense a great chance to break the tie here late in the game. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And he's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line.
Positive yards at this point in the game are always important, especially now that you're starting to get well within the range of a field goal to take the lead. But if I'm this offensive coordinator and quarterback, I'm thinking about a touchdown here late in the game.
Applying for the touchdown on the right side. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. And they cut into this lead now on 3rd and goal. It's an option look. Pitch to the back. Touchdown, Hawaii. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Touchdown, Hawaii.
What a thing of beauty by this offense to put that go-ahead score up on the board. The quarterback played with tremendous composure when the game was on the line. Now we'll see if his own defense can hold on to this lead.
Point after, knocked right through. Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
San Diego State, 21.
And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here.
San Diego State Aztecs will take over 1st and 10.
The San Diego State offense on the field now. And it comes down to this. They need a touchdown. They've got some time to work with. How aggressive will they be? First play of the drive, they come out throwing. He's got it for a big gain. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to it.
Using his legs on the scramble. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. Trucks through the defender. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
Chris, you got to be able to tackle better than that. Not only that, the missed tackles, he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. These are the fundamentals of the game. These missed tackles that could cost them the football game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. He'll look to throw it here on second down. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. Backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Fighting off the defender. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a third down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
The offense getting closer to a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. He bought some time, now lets it go. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And he makes his way out of bounds. Good thinking there. The clock has stopped.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance, and especially the clock. You got to get out of bounds when you can to preserve it. They do a really good job of that right here.
Will he score here? Touchdown, San Diego State. This offense cannot be stopped.
What a touchdown here to pull them within one with under a minute to go. Conventional wisdom says you kick the extra point and you rely on your defense to send this game to overtime. But could go for two to try to take the lead.
The PAT is up and good, and we are all tied here in the final quarter. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking for his big tight end. He's got his man wide open. An explosive play. Big gain across midfield to the 42. And now a timeout is called with just 10 seconds left to play.
Timeout, Hawaii.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Oh, it's intercepted. A critical late mistake here. Going the other way. Can they stop it? And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Oh, Chris, you're in the fourth quarter. It's a tie game, and you throw an interception. Oh, my goodness. I know it's obvious, but you just got to take care of the football. It's that simple. Now their opportunity to take the lead is lost, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The first play of this drive now, they're set up at the 34. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. And he lofts it toward the sideline. Oh, and it's intercepted. Terrible mistake late in the game. And a great play. That's the final play of regulation. Overtime coming up.
That's the end of regulation with the score all time.
So here comes our first play of overtime. They'll run the option. Has the first down and more. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Into the end zone to take the lead here in OT.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And he knocks through the PAT. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Interesting gamble here early in overtime. They're set up for a two-point conversion. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Oh, and he did not get in. They stopped him. Let's see if that gamble comes back to haunt them.
San Diego State, 34. Hawaii, 28.
So pressure on this offense here in overtime. They must score a touchdown to stay alive. On first and 10, looking to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. It's intercepted. A crucial overtime mistake.
Oh, no. Oh, that is a tough decision by this quarterback. What a mistake. And now it's simply the kicking game. This defense better come out and be ready either to get a turnover or push this line of scrimmage back as far as they can.
Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is